Morning. So this morning at 4 a.m. I arrived from Brazil. I spent the weekend there because one of our alumni, Brother Mike Martinez from the class of 2009, on Saturday night was ordained a deacon. And soon, on June the 1st, will be ordained a priest in our Belen chapel. It was incredibly important for me to be there representing not only the Jesuits from our province, but also especially representing Belen. I know for a fact that I was taking with me the prayers and congratulations of this community, which is so happy with the fact that God has deemed it good to choose one among us to follow him in this very special way. Being ordained a deacon is a milestone in the life of Mike Martinez. It's also an expression of a successful life of prayer and contemplation and discernment. And we recognize that at the ordination on Saturday, 3,000 miles away from Miami. But today we gather this morning in this assembly to also recognize hard work, determination, discernment, and success with this assembly. It's one of those rare times in our history where we meet in the central patio, we're not simply recognizing a team for their accomplishment as the state champion, but also this rare opportunity to recognize an individual who is also a state champion. On top of that, we also have to recognize their coaches, but especially our cross-country coach, who was named the National High School Coach of the Year by Nike. Now, all of this is an expression of what we've learned at Belen and with our families about how when we choose to do a task, to do it well or not at all, and to dedicate our lives to it, giving the best that we have, always doing it within the context of our faith, knowing that even when we run or play golf or coach, we do it for the greater glory of God. So just two things. Cross country. You cannot imagine the number of times that I stood here in this central patio recognizing a Belen cross-country team. The fourth best team in the nation, and 7 or 8 years in a row, state champions. But please do not take for granted that even though it seems that we win the state championship in cross-country every single year, the amount of work that is required for that state championship is the same, if not sometimes even more. Because when you return after a successful year of a state championship, there's a target on your back. So these young men have once again taken the legacy of an extraordinary program that began with Coach Carlos Barking, handed off to Coach Frankie Reese, and have taken it to extraordinary heights. And that is why it is good and necessary for us to gather in the morning and recognize them. But then this is a particularly special morning because for the first time in the history of our school, one would even say that for the first time in 168 years, Belen also has a state champion in golf. Now, I'm not a runner, but I am a golfer. And I understand how incredibly challenging it is to play that sport and to play it consistently. Basically, what is being said that there are hundreds of golfers in the state of Florida at the high school level. The best one in the state is a student at Belen. And I also know how hard he works, how far he travels, and how so many of his days, afternoons, and even evenings are dedicated to the sport that he has chosen to play. I am very proud of all these young men and their coaches, and I know that we as a Belen community are as well. So it is a great privilege for me and an honor as the president of the school to spend this morning recognizing all of them. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you, Father Willie. As he mentioned, we are united this morning as one family to recognize both an individual and a team. We will recognize the individual first. He is a junior golfer who won the district championship with a record score of 10 under par 63. He was third in regionals, but then came in first place at the state meet, earning the 2023 2A Florida High School Association State Championship. Please join me in congratulating and welcoming Lorenzo Rodriguez, our state champion, to the stage. And as we know, we have great athletes in the school, but we need the coaches to get them to that level. So I'd like to welcome our varsity golf coach and golf program coach, Carlos Rodriguez, to the podium.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like all of the Belen golf team members, and there's over 100 of you, to please raise your hands. Get them high. All the mumbling, yes, we have over 100 players in our program. Thank you guys. So it was when Lorenzo was in 4th grade that we first walked into this campus, and we looked around and we realized one thing: there was no statue of a golfer. And when we got in the car and we drove away, I told him and his brother Adrian that before we leave Belen, we will create a legacy. You will do your part, and I will do mine coaching the team. Today is about Lorenzo. Lorenzo has done an incredible job. For those that don't know, Father Willie will tell you, yes, there are nights included. We practice at night indoors. Soon we'll be doing it here in the new athletic facility. Lorenzo has put an incredible amount of time and dedication into the sport. A lot of it goes unseen. I couldn't be prouder of the opportunity that he has given and the name that he has put out there for Belen. He has carried the Belen bag at the U.S. Junior Amateur Championship last year in Bandon Dunes, Oregon. He has represented Belen at the U.S. Amateur Championship, something that 8,000 people around the country, around the world, try to qualify for. And this summer he was able to do so and represented Belen there as well. I am not a graduate of this program, but I couldn't be prouder to be a Wolverine. And I can't tell you how incredibly proud I am of Lorenzo and the support that we have received from the community of Belen, also the faculty and the staff. It takes everybody to do this. So Lorenzo, congratulations. I love you so much.
So the next team really needs no introduction. We've held a morning assembly for the last 7 years in a row. This year, the cross country reached new heights, and allow me to read some of their accomplishments. They were 3A district champions. This is the 20th consecutive district championship and 42nd in program history. They were regional champions. This is the 21st consecutive regional championship and 27th in the program history. They were 3A state champions, as I said, 7th in a row. It's the 51st time they make it to state, 51, and their 15th win overall. 14 under Coach Reese and 1 under Coach Parking. And the team was led at the state tournament by state runner-up Marcelo Montecon. At the 19th Southeast Regional Championship, which was 48 hours after the state championship, they came in first place in a race run at Cary, North Carolina. And then this past weekend at the Nike Cross Nationals, they were invited there by coming in first place in the regional. They represented Belen under the name Miami Havana, finished 4th among the best teams in the country. And their finish is the best team finish ever by a Florida boys team in meets history. Marcelo came in at 1537, which is 23rd overall, and Joshua Reese 32nd place at 1542. They were in the top 10 team point scorers in the field. And then also running at the Nationals, we have Joshua Reese, Justin Reese, Joseph Socaraz, Diego Magarino, and Ivan Torres were the 2 finishers as the team's 6th and 7th runners. Lastly, Coach Frankie Reese was honored with the Joe Newton National Coach of the Year after leading this best performance ever by a Florida team. So I would like to introduce the runners, the top 10. First, third alternate freshman Armando Cruz, please come up to the stage. Second alternate senior Charles Chuck Carreño. First alternate junior Marco Briegues. Then the top 7, junior Joseph Thiago Socarras, junior Diego Magariño, senior Evan Torres, junior Joseph Reese, senior Joseph Joey Reese, the 3A state runner-up and U.S. freshman record holder, with a time of 14:48, freshman Marcelo Matecon. And finally, Florida 5K cross-country state record and school record holder with a time of 14:38, senior Joshua Reese. I would like to invite the rest of the cross-country team, if you're here, to please come up to the stage as well at this time. The coaches, Carlos Flores from the class of 11, Juan Rodriguez, class of 79, Carlos Jimenez, class of 15, and your head varsity cross-country coach, class of 95, Frankie Reese. I would like to also thank our entire athletic department, including Victor Arrieta, Coach Stewart, and Laz Fernandez, our athletic director. Coach Reese.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Father Willie, Mr. Roca, Mr. Stewart, Laz, Bart, the alumni, the rest of the school, and its students for supporting and trusting us to guide these young men to another successful season. This assembly is appreciated greatly as it gives us an opportunity to share and celebrate with the rest of the Belen community. I would like to recognize our second-to-none coaching staff, Carlos Jimenez, Carlos Flores, Juan Rodriguez, Victor Arrieta, and Jose Garcia. Let's give them a round of applause for being the best coaching staff in the entire country. All alumni, too. We have recognized 15 Belen cross-country teams on this same patio. Even more remarkable is that we have done this for the last 7 years straight. After a while, this may seem like it's normal, but it's not. There's nothing normal about a team of young men all on the same page doing whatever it takes to chase greatness in their sport. It is not normal to give up a month of your precious summer vacation to train at altitude alongside your Belen brothers in Flagstaff, Arizona. It is definitely not normal to show up to Belen at 6 a.m. and leave at 8 p.m. week after week. It is not normal to be wholeheartedly committed to your athletic commitments and your academic responsibilities. It is not normal to run over 1,200 miles in 6 months. It is not normal to do all this and so much more just to get the best chance to compete against the best team in the nation for 15 or 16 minutes. We can go on and on as to why this group of young men are not normal. Choosing to be normal doesn't get us very far in life. Being normal gets you normal results. This team is the furthest away from normal I have ever coached. They chose not to be normal and got incredible results. Results that will cement their place in history as Florida's fastest and most accomplished team in the state's 76-year history. Congratulations to the 2023 Belen Cross Country team for winning a state championship, a Southeast U.S. title, finishing 4th fastest team in the country at Nike Cross National Championship in Portland. There are over 15,000 teams. That is not normal. Give it up for them. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this story. I congratulate each and every one of them for their continued success and for not being normal. And to the seniors on the team, I thank you for your commitment to the cross-country team at Belen. Thank you and God bless. Congratulations, guys. Don't stop.
Before we dismiss, I also want to mention the cross-country begins at the middle school level. And I want to mention that the middle school cross-country team won their fifth consecutive state title at the FLYRA Championship a few weeks ago, and obviously the future is bright for our program, led by Coach Victor Arrieta. So, thank you so much this morning. We are now